Hi guys, we are going to work today on your book Bento project. So this is due tomorrow, so you have 2 full days to work on it. And it is over the book that you have been reading for the past 3 to 4 weeks. Family-friendly reminder, if you are not done with that book, I don't take off late points, so I would just finish the book over Thanksgiving break and then do this project over Thanksgiving break as well. But if you are done, I wanted to give you the option. So after Thursday of this week, DNAs will go in, so your grade will be lowered. But then you can always turn it in during or after Thanksgiving break in order to increase that DNA and have it fixed. So a bento box is from Japanese culture, and it is pictured here to the left of the title. And it is a box with a single serving of rice, and then it has a meat or a protein, and then lots of different side dishes all around. And they're in a special box where they don't touch each other. You are going to do the same kind of thing, but not with food, for your book. So you're going to have a photo with your book and some items that represent it, and that will be your project. So these are some examples of what your book bento could look like. So each one of these photos has the book cover and then items that represent things in the book, items that you wouldn't know unless you read the book. So they could symbolize something, or they could be very literal from the book, however you want to do it. So the list of requirements. You need to have the actual book and then 5 to 7 objects that hold meaning for your story or represent something in your book. You need to consider the background, the spacing of your objects, placement of your objects, and variety. If this photo had 5 to 6 cars, that wouldn't matter. Even though the car is indicative of what's going on in the book, you don't want the same item over and over. You also want to keep in mind that you have to explain every single object in 3 to 5 complete sentences. And people, this is counting as a test grade. So let me be very clear that I would shoot for 5 sentences and that they would need to be actual sentences, not things that say this is cool, period. That gives me no information on what's going on and therefore will not count. A brief note, don't you dare make your parents go purchase things for this project. If this was a project on whose parents could go purchase the most things, that would be very unfair. So you can either use items that you have, or you can find an online clip art item. I am not trying to make people's parents go out and purchase things so their child can make an A. That is not how this works. All this project is to prove that you read your novel and understood your novel. Another thing, I know what your novels are because we have been filling out documents and Google Forms for the past 3 weeks over how far along we are in our novel, making sure that we're reading it. So if your novel magically changes, that would be a problem as well. Do not try and change to a novel you've already read. Stick to the novel that we talked about. If you are one of my kids that has read 2 or 3 novels in this time, you just choose one and do your best on it. That's fine. I've got a few of you that read some novels in verse and just went through them very quickly. And of course, you're just going to choose one, whichever one. It can be the one that you have, so you can get a photo with the book, or you can get a photo of the cover online and put it in, whatever works. This is the slide where you will enter your own thing. And then every slide after it is going to be explaining. So your book bento goes here. And then item number 1 from your book bento, 3 to 5, meaning 5 real sentences explaining your story, right? Why is that item there? What does it represent? You're going to go through all your items. You need 5 items, but you can go do up to 7. And then at the end, you're going to give me a very long book review answering the following questions. This needs to be your very best work. It needs to be 7 to 10 complete and good sentences. And then that is the end. That is your whole project, guys. So this is your book bento. If you have any questions, you may message me on Schoology or email me. I will respond no matter what this week. If you message me over Thanksgiving break, I will do my best to respond, but I probably won't be checking every day. Let me know if you need anything, and I hope this video helps.